Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing Ascension of the Cybermen and there will be spoilers. So I'm just going to jump straight in there, and I think Ascension of the Cybermen was a pretty solid episode. It was really good, I thought. You know, there were lots of elements in there. Some people have argued it's too many things going on, but you know, it's not overly complicated. I know there's two storylines, one with Brendan and one obviously with the Doctor and the companion Cybermen, Gallifrey and the Master. But there's a lot to go. There's a lot to be going. There's a lot to be going with, and there's a lot of things to think about. So let's try and think about the episode. Let's try and go through it. Hopefully I don't miss anything out. It's due a rewatch, definitely. I like the opening sequence with the title sequence through the eye. I just had to mention that it was a really great transition. Probably the best transition we've had with this new title sequence. And then we get the story of Brendan, this baby that got left in the middle of the road. He got adopted, and he got brought up really well, and he went to school, and you know, as we go through the episode, the storyline is that he becomes a police officer in Ireland because he's Irish born and his parents are Irish, and I'm guessing the place that they're in is Ireland, although it could be another, well, Mondas. That was my theory. It could be Mondas because it's obviously Earth's twin planet. Is there Ireland Mondas? But I'm not sure. I think it's probably Ireland on Earth. But anyway, it becomes this guard, which is the Irish police. He wants to become one of them, so he goes along and becomes one. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about his storyline first. By the way, we get the bit. You get the cliff scene with him being shot, and he falls down the cliff and lands the other way. And he gets, I don't know how this happens, but he brings himself back to life with a huge gasp of breath, and there's no mark on him. He's gets up and runs about and goes on his life normally. And and then it ends up with him being old, and you know, the other people around him seem to be the same age as when he was a baby. And this chameleon arch thing gets put on him, and he is in pain as we speak. And that's it. So that's the Brendan storyline, and we don't know how exactly it links in with the Doctor and what's going on in that story. But in the next episode, we will definitely find out. When he fell off a cliff and when he got shot and he came back to life, I immediately thought Captain Jack. It's Captain Jack. Because he's mentioned before in the 1940s, 1941 I think he said, that he got shot and got brought back to life, and he fell off a cliff once and he survived that. And yes, that made me really think it has to be him. But when I've read up on it, this is set in the 50s and not the 40s. And Brendan is Irish and has ginger hair. So that took me away from the Captain Jack thing. But that was my first thought going through my mind. I don't think he's a Time Lord because he would have regenerated. Or, well, he would have done because Tom Baker's Doctor fell from the satellite dish and he regenerated from that. And this cliff scene seemed a bigger fall. So he's not a Time Lord, so we can rule that out. So my mind is with the Brendan's thing is that he is the timeless child. But yet again, I think that's too obvious. I don't think he is a timeless child. I think it's just something that's making us think that. I don't think that's him, but it could be. It's a definite possibility. And the theory that most people are going on about is that he's the lone Cyberman. The same one that's building an army. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the case. I think he's something a little bit more than that. And his memory's getting wiped, and I don't know. Will that cause him to regenerate? Will that power be used for something? I don't know. I don't know about, everyone staying the same age while he gets old. Who are they? Are they Cybermen in disguise? Have they noticed that he's different? I don't know. There's lots of questions just on the Brendan storyline, and I'm looking forward to see how that links in with the Doctor, where the Doctor is. So yeah, not much else to say about that, as it kept cutting into that storyline through the episode. So with the other storyline, we first get, the Doctor arrives on the planet Earth, I think, or it could be Mondas. But let's just presume it's Earth, and we see the last remaining humans, and we get a little bit of dialogue where you can trust us. Who cares where we come from? Trust us. And we get the cyber drones with the cyber heads, shooting people. And I thought, at first, oh, here we go. But they were really threatening, I thought at one point, one of the companions, I thought Ryan were going to get shot. I thought, no, it's his episode. But no, they all survived it. But, this is probably the only point that I've actually felt for the companion's safety, really. Because I really thought, come on, get out. Or lots of things were running through my mind at that point. And, the cyber drones, even though they were heads floating, they were really, really, really threatening. And, they were quite a good addition to the cyber thingy. The cyber thing, I can't think of the word. I liked the way the Doctor were very dark in this episode, especially in those scenes, trying to get the companions out, go away, you're human, you'll be converted, get out. I really loved that, she's showing lots of passion and emotion for them, and only she can deal with them, as she's not human, or so we think. And I thought the lone Cyberman was very, very threatening in this episode, really scary. He's a really great character, It's different to anything we've seen before, really. And I really like him. We get to the bit where Ryan doesn't follow Graham and Yaz because he's too slow and he runs the opposite way. Ryan, get killed. I really don't like Ryan. He's no emotion. He's, I actually do want Ryan to get shot. Sorry for Ryan fans. I actually do. And, so Graham and Yaz go with the humans aboard their spaceship to try and get to the boundary, which we don't know what that is. We don't know what Koshamus is, because that's the planet where the boundary sort of is. And they've left Ryan and the Doctor, and they go off. And I'm going to talk about their storyline now before I talk about the Doctor's. So with Graham and Yaz, they're stuck on board and they're running out of power, and then they end up in a place where there's floating dead Cybermen, and there's cyber ships, and the only way to really try and survive is to actually go on board one of the cyber ships. Otherwise, you're just left for dead. So that's the only option, really. So they go there with the little power they have, and yeah, my thoughts at this point were, lots of Cybermen are going to be here. There's going to be a new cyber army. Yeah, it's building up. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, we get the point where Graham's with Ravio, and yeah, they're walking on their own to see to see what they can find and what they can discover. And yeah, I noticed the Graham line slip up. He said, I'm the doc, and then I don't know whether that was a slip up or whether he is the doctor. Anything's possible. I don't think he's the doctor, but surely they would have reshot the scene if he fluffed up his lines. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's being kept in. If it's a mistake. But yeah. Anyway, they realise that there are new Cybermen. Because they find it and they set everything off, and the lone Cyberman comes in and makes the Cybermen scream. I didn't know what the point of that was, but it was pretty scary. Pretty, why are you doing that? I felt emotion for the Cyberman when he was screaming. And then we get to the point where the Cybermen army rise. And yeah, they're all marching. They're doing the marching scene. Really reminded me of the Tombs of Cybermen, which is also a great episode. And it ends with, the cliffhanger, along with the old Brendan cliffhanger. This ends with the Cyberman breaking through where Graham and Yaz is, and the other humans shooting. And, will Graham and Yaz survive? They probably will. I think they do. Sorry about that. But I don't know how. I don't know how they'll protect themselves. It'd be great if they did kill him off, because it would be such a shock. Sorry for Graham and Yaz fans, but it would be quite a brilliant shock. So last left, the third storyline is with the Doctor and Ryan, but mainly the Doctor, because Ryan doesn't do anything. So they've escaped to go aboard a Cyberman ship, where she's trying to work everything out and trying her best to stop the Cybermen and from rising and stop everything from happening, in order to save the humans and get the scene where the lone Cyberman gets projected on there and the Doctor's talking to it, and all the lone Cyberman wants is to make the Cybermen rise again, and for the last remaining humans and everything to be destroyed. And I see why they don't want any more conversions, because they've got an army, ready to go. And yeah, from then they arrive with Koshamus, which isn't a planet after all. It's a human. Or is it? Or is he, should I say. So Koshamus is a person. And he's been there a long time, seeing people through the boundary. And we don't know what that is. And yeah, we get to the point where Koshamus shows the Doctor what the boundary is, and it's this purple light, and I thought, oh, here we go. I actually didn't think about Gallifrey at this point. I thought, oh my god, what's gonna be there at the other side? Are we gonna find out? And it was Gallifrey, the destroyed-looking Gallifrey. And I thought, here we go. And then the Master comes back through there. And his performance, even for the last 30 seconds of the episode, were brilliant, I must say. You can tell he's really enjoying himself. And it leaves it at that. There are 3 cliffhangers, and it's massive. It's such a huge episode, and it's brilliant, and it's exciting. I love 2-parters, and I hope part 2 is even better, because I felt like this episode was just a massive build-up, and now the cliffhangers is its peak, and I'm waiting for the story to explode into part 2. I really hope it's something to remember and not for the worst. So we get obviously lots of questions after this. Who is Brendan? Why has everyone stayed so young? Who actually is he? Will Graham and Yaz make it alive? What's the lone Cyberman planning on, next? How are the Cybermen going to destroy and all that sort of stuff? How is it all linking to Gallifrey? How is the Master back? Who is the Timeless Child? What is the Timeless Child? Who exactly is Koshamus? There are lots and lots of questions, and I'm pretty certain that the Fugitive Doctor will be back next episode. And I think we'll know by the end of next episode where she fits in. And I personally think quite a lot of the questions will be answered, but I think it'll all link into Series 13. I think that with the Timeless Child, with Gallifrey, with the Fugitive Doctor, I think that'll be carried on to Series 13. Because it's a huge story. I don't think they'll wrap it up in this finale. Oh, and even in the special, because I've just remembered now they're doing a Christmas special, if it's on at Christmas. Could be New Year's. So they could be wrapping everything up there. It could be, like a 3 or 4-parter. But yes, so many questions, so many things happening. How is it all going to link in? I really hope they don't make Ruth pre-Hartnell. I really hope that's not the point. I heard that there's leaked things that she is a pre-Hartnell Doctor, but I personally think that's a rumour, a prank. I don't think that is logically possible. So yeah, I'm going to stick to what I think. I think she's a future incarnation of the Doctor. And, hopefully in the next episode, the Cybermen don't get pushed in the background like the Jadoon did. I don't think they will, because I think that the 3 storylines will carry on and link in together at the end, which would be great. And I just want to say, I can't. The trailer were more than 5 seconds long, and we got the middle 8 in the theme, which was really surprising, and it sounded brilliant. It was great. I just wanted to mention that. So yeah, there's no else to say about this. It's a brilliant first part. Really, the story's built up, and I can't wait for part 2. I'm so dying to see it. So yeah, I'll see you later, and bye.